So if you are involved into cryptocurrencies and blockchain space, it is really important for you that how early adopter of this new revolutionary technology you are. You were probably at the same stage where Jeff was while founding the Amazon.com in 1994. You are probably at the same stage where Bill Gates was in 1980s when he founded Windows. Maybe you are at the same stage where Mark Zuckerberg was in 2004 while founding Facebook. And this information is really important to understand so that you can take the best decision for yourself, right? There was a recently survey done, and according to this survey, there are only 8% people, American population, which is involved into cryptocurrencies. Now, 8%. Imagine what would be the percentage of population who are using Amazon or internet in 1994. Maybe around the same number, maybe 8% or 9%. Imagine how many people will be using Facebook in 2004. Maybe around the same number. So you can see the relation right now, the relation between the cryptocurrencies and the blockchain technology and the relation between those internet world. And that is why it is important to understand where do you stand for you to make a decision. So in this video today, I'm just going to go through some of the technological change that has happened over the past and how can you relate that in your life, right? So let's have a look at this survey first. It says Personal Finance Comparisons Portal founder recently commissioned a survey of 2001 American adults to help map out cryptocurrency landscape in US. It found that only 7.9% of the population has invested into cryptocurrencies. So there are still many more people still to join in this bandwagon. With 7.8% of adoption, this is where the market stands. This is where the prices stands. Imagine what will happen if the adoption goes to 20%, 50%. Again, this is not an investment or financial advice. I don't want any crybabies out here saying that, well, you said the market is going to grow, the evolution is going to grow, but it didn't happen. I'm just saying that this is what the possibilities is, and it is very important to understand that. And why do I say that? Every technology that has got into the society has given power back to the people. Now here I want to give you some examples of what even I'm talking about. So back in the history, there used to be kings, right? There used to be kings who held all the power, and the next king will always be somebody from the family, right? So that was the nature. And then came democracy, and we talk about, okay, democracy, now let people decide who is going to be the next king. And that's the world that we live in. So people have power to decide. It's not going to come someone from the family. So we decide who is going to be someone who is going to rule us, who is going to be someone who is going to decide for us. So who is somebody who is going to save us and safeguard us. So this is what we have formed the governments. So this is the typical structure of a government. So one person, everyone decides who is going to be that one guy who will take care of us, right? And that was the internet. That is also in case of Google. So imagine if I had to do a video, if I had to talk to somebody in the video format about 10 years, 20 years back, the only option I had was these news channels. I'll have to go to these news channels. I'll have to tell them I want to say something. But today that's not the case. The internet did the same thing. Why do you think internet is so powerful today? Why do you think people are shopping from Amazon and Facebook, right? Is because it has given the people power back to people. Today anyone can go ahead, record the video and put it, and there you go, right? And however, there were some limitations which came out. So today Google being in the center have everyone's data. So there is some good thing that it has given people, but at the same time it has everyone's data. What if you could do something like this? So instead of putting this structure, what if you could give that power to everyone? And that's how a decentralization looks. So this is your internet, and this is your blockchain, or maybe internet 2.0. You can clearly see the difference. This is how your decentralized society looks like. This is your blockchain looks like, where the power goes to everyone. So if the point I'm trying to make is, if this prospered after the kings, and if this prospered after the centralized government, what do you think is the next stage? The next big thing is decentralization. The next big thing is the blockchain space. And so all these new companies which are being built on the coin market, for example, it could be Ethereum, it could be Neo, it could be EOS, or it could be NEM, these are a decentralized structure blockchain which are going to build a new economy. So, you know, so if you have a small share into this, imagine what's the future is going to be like. It is same like what if you had some shares in Apple in 1990, in 2000, or what if you had some shares in Amazon in those days, right? So it's the same kind of stuff, but I think it is so important for us to realize that and not really be afraid of small volatility that happens in and out, right? And only when you realize that you are too early into this evolution, you'll be able to make the best decision for yourself. Again, everything that I said here is, none of them are financial advice, right? But this is what the possibilities are in future, and some of the possibilities we can always see in the form of Steemit and DTube, right? And of course we have some witness in terms of holding of cryptocurrencies and Ethereum, in terms of price, in terms of adoption. Recently, yesterday, we spoke about this guy who is going to tokenize the whole hotel with 400 million tokens. So imagine now the blockchain has also changed the way the crowdfunding is done. All of a sudden, anyone across the globe can go ahead, fund a project and be a part of that ecosystem. That was not possible before that. So as you can see, we have the society, our society has evolved over a period of time, and that is why I think the blockchain is the next big thing. And every blockchain company that maybe you may be investing into, any blockchain project, these are the long-term project, and they are going to be, some of them will be Amazon, some of them will be Facebook, right? But it is important that we hold on to it, we realize that. And of course, everything is going to be next Amazon or Google. Obviously, you know, it's not going to be possible. There are about more than 1300 1400 products. Not all of them are going to be, but there are few which are going to be, and it's all about identifying those few and holding on to them, right? Will you be wrecked into this in some projects? Possibly, maybe 50% will be wiped out, maybe, but the rest 50% or maybe rest 10% will take you to the next level. Who knows? That's the message that I have, that it's very important for all of us to realize that we are very, very early into this revolution, and we got to keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give this video a like, share, subscribe, and also share your opinion. Do you think we are too early into this revolution? I'll see you next time.